Cmos setup and meaning of its various setting. Cmos. Cmos is the short form for complementary metal oxide semiconductor, alternatively referred as a real-time clock, RTC, non-volatile RAM, NVRAM, or CMOS RAM. CMOS is an on-board battery-powered semiconductor chip inside computers, and it is usually powered by a CR2032 cell battery. It holds some basic information including the date and time, system configuration settings needed to start computer by the BIOS. History of CMOS. The Motorola 146818 chip was the first RTC and CMOS RAM chip to be used in early IBM computers. It was capable of storing a total of 64 bytes of data. The system clock used 14 bytes of RAM, additional 50 bytes for storing system settings. Today, most computers have moved the settings from CMOS and integrated them into Southbridge or Super Input-Output chips. The standard lifetime of a CMOS battery is around 10 years. It also lies in digital cameras. Main functions of CMOS. In computer, the CMOS controls a variety of functions. The CMOS battery stores the system time and settings that must be loaded when the system is turned on. If the battery fails, the system settings, date and time will not be saved when the computer is turned off until it has been replaced. A few additional settings are stored by the system. The CMOS battery allows these settings to be loaded into the system memory when the computer boots. Sometimes the computer's power supply fires up. Suddenly, CMOS runs a series of checks to make sure the system is functioning properly. These checks contain counting up random access memory, RAM. This delays boot time. Therefore, some people display this feature in the CMOS settings. If installing new RAM, it is better to enable the feature until the RAM has been checked. It controls the power on self-test post. Once post has completed, CMOS runs through its other settings. Hard disks and formats are detected. It is checked with redundant array of independent disk, RAID configurations. CMOS settings. Many settings can be manually changed within the CMOS configuration screen to improve performance. However, changes should be made by experienced users. Changing these settings improperly can make the system unstable, cause crashes, or even prevent the computer from booting. Enter the CMOS setup. To access CMOS setup on a personal computer, a computer user presses the key while the computer is starting. The key to press can vary depending on the computer manufacturer, but it is often the F1, F2 or delete key. The system documentation identifies the appropriate key. It will take him into the CMOS or BIOS setup screen. Once in CMOS setup, the method for changing the settings often depends on the BIOS manufacturer. You may use the arrow keys along with the enter key to select categories and change their values. Tasks of CMOS settings. CMOS settings control basic system information such as the system date and time, the boot sequence, computer memory, installed devices, security information, and power management. The boot sequence indicates the order of drives on which the computer looks for information to start the operating system. Security information includes passwords for accessing the computer. Power management options allow users to conserve energy by letting the computer to switch to a lower power state after a specified amount of time.